Hey Queens, welcome to Netflix Limbo, the awkward in-between period of a Netflix show where we are forced to wait for the second part of the same season of a TV series that could easily have been resolved in one part, all because Netflix doesn't want us to stop paying its subscription fees. Welcome. How are you? You good? You doing okay? Okay? Okay, good. We got tea, we got snacks. Help yourselves. Subscribe to my channel for an extra cookie. You know the drill. And while we wait for this torturous period to end, let us indulge ourselves in a little game where we place our bets on the survival of our favorite characters from the world of Stranger Things. Ooh. Welcome, hi. Yes, I'm gonna be wearing my glasses for the rest of this video because I have nice glasses and I should not be ashamed of them. Also, I'm just tired of pretending that I'm not blind, because I really am. So, get used to it. Anyways, so yeah, Stranger Things Season 5 Part 1 has just ended, and with Part 2 just 2 weeks away as of filming this, I think it's time to discuss the odds of our favorite characters surviving the end of this show. They've escaped unscathed, well, most of them, for 4 seasons, but the show is ending, y'all, and it's not gonna end well for everyone. There's only so much plot armor to go around. And the only way for me to alleviate my anxiety about all of this happening is to talk about it. So let's do that. Okay, so I've got this table over here and I've created 5 categories to place our characters in based on, from top to bottom, most to least likely to survive. Our first category is I am. This is for people with plot armor so strong that nothing can vanquish them. They are gonna escape unscathed, unharmed by the end of the show, no matter what. That's just the direction that their storyline is going in. It is inevitable. Our second category is no problem, brochachos. This is for the characters who are, I think, also going to escape pretty unharmed, but they might face a bit of difficulty, or the show might play with our emotions with regards to these characters, like, you don't know how this is gonna end, but like, we know that they're gonna be fine. The third category is breaking a sweat. Now, these are the characters that I'm a little bit worried about because I feel like I can't really decide which way their fate is gonna go at the end of the show. It could be 50-50, it could go either ways, honestly. And so I'm gonna put them in the middle. Our fourth category is the crawl towards safety. Yeah, these are the characters who I feel like are gonna struggle. They might come really, really close to death. Like, we're gonna be on the edge of our seats, wondering if this character is gonna make it. Kind of like how Max was in the 4th episode of season 4, and we just won't know until like the very end. And our 5th and final category is run up that hill, baby. This is for those characters whose fates are not looking that good. There are some who are like going in the direction of self-sacrifice and just it's not gonna end well. But anyways, without much further ado, let us go through the characters one by one and decide on their chances. Okay, so our first character is Miss Holly Wheeler. Straight away, I'm gonna put her in the title. Even though she's stuck right now, I don't feel like that's gonna last very long. Listen, the Stranger Things writers, they have balls, alright? But those balls are not big enough to kill a kid on screen yet. It's true. In 4 seasons, they haven't done that, and I don't think they're gonna do it in their 5th season. The only reason they killed Max in the last season is because she was in high school. She was like 14 or 15 years old already. But an 8-year-old? No. There's no way. She's going to be part of Max's escape plan, though, from Camazotz. There is a whole episode about it, which I'm really excited about. And she's going to have a big part to play in that. So it's going to be epic. But yeah, I feel good about Miss Holly's chances. I think she'll be just fine. Next. Okay, Dr. K. Ooh, she's dying for sure. She's not dead yet in the trailer for part 2. She's still very much guns a-blazing, But I don't think that's gonna last very long. Quote-unquote bad guys in Stranger Things don't usually last very long. which sucks. I love Linda Hamilton. She's so freaking awesome. There's also Eleven's prediction that she made to Dr. K, you and your men are going to die, which at this point is more than just an acute observation. It's the truth. You build a facility in the upside down, that's crazy. That's already like asking for it. That's just natural selection at that point. That is some shit that human beings would do though. They would build a base on the moon tomorrow if they could. What is the upside down? Is it wise? No. Is it gonna backfire spectacularly on all of them? Yeah. So she is going in, running up that hill. Bye, Dr. K. Up next is Mr. Clark, a character no one's thought about in a while or considered could die. But with Vecna emerging, every Hawkins citizen is in danger, and he could very well be next. It's unlikely, but not completely out of the question, which is sad because he's such a good teacher. I really like him. But he's also kind of the brains of the operation in a way, like all of the kids' greatest ideas and their understanding of science and all of that has come from him. You want to take down an operation, you take down the brains. I feel like if Vecna is smart, he's gonna come after Mr. Clark, and that's gonna suck. Ugh. But again, he's still a very minor character, so he could be fine, you know. So I'm gonna put him in number 2 for now. No problem, brochachos. Okay, number 4 is Erica, my queen, my diva. I love her so much, but I fear for her, you know. She's involved in all of these dangerous activities and schemes with the kids, and that makes her vulnerable. She's escaped thus far unharmed, but it makes me worry that she may not be so lucky in part 2. She may not die, but she'll be in real danger, I feel. The Duffers know how to play with our feelings, and Erica, I feel like, is going to be in some sort of danger. There's also this rumor going around. I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's like, you know, I haven't seen that particular interview, but someone's talking about it. In one of the Stranger Things cast interviews, Priya, who plays the character of Erica, didn't look too happy about her character's future on the show, and that makes fans really worried, including me. I don't know how to feel about that, you know? So I'm gonna pretend it's not real. I'm gonna put her in breaking a sweat because her interview really has me breaking a sweat, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. Not yet. Up next is Vicky. Oh, she's so cute. She's in the trailer shot though, with Max and Lucas in the hospital and the Demodogs, so that has me worried about her. Oh god, if she dies, Robin would be devastated. But they wouldn't do that to her, right? I mean, they did it to Joyce, so why not Robin? I'm sorry, Bob, you deserve better. R.I.P. But yeah, I feel like she may not die, but she might get gravely injured because someone has to. And I think that will really light a fire under Robin to finally defeat this Vecna creep and like save the city, save her girlfriend. I'm not gonna put her in the bottom category, but I will put her in number 2. No problem, brochachos. Actually, no. I'm gonna put it in breaking a sweat. Yeah, because again, I'm not sure. I think it could go either ways. Let's see. I really hope she doesn't become part of the 1-season curse. If they do, I'm gonna be sitting back and looking at the Duffers like this. Like, really? Again? Okay, up next is one of the main characters of our show and leader of the Dungeons and Dragons party, Mike. Oof, that's tough. He's playing a major part in season 5. What a shocker compared to the last 2 seasons, which gives rise to the possibility of being in harm's way more often. But I don't know. I have this strange theory that Mike's character dying may not be as emotionally impactful for the audience because, like, writers usually tend to go for characters who are more tragic, like they have a tragic backstory or they've gone through a recently traumatic event, which makes me worried for a few other characters, which I will come to, but not Mike. Yeah, he's been facing danger with his party for the last 4 seasons, but he's never really been directly in harm's way or had to face any serious trauma in the show, other than his parents getting harmed this season. Other than that, he's pretty much escaped without any emotional injury. And that makes me think the writers are probably not going to pick him to die. He doesn't have an arc. as such to complete. His arc was being Eleven's boyfriend and then finding himself as the leader of the party again, which is completed already. So I feel like, there's nothing really left. Nothing would be gained from his death. That was a long rant. But basically, all of this to say that I don't feel like Mike is really gonna die. They might scare us a little bit. He might get gravely injured, which is why I'm gonna put him in number 4, the crawl. I think they're gonna try and scare us, but he's gonna be fine. Up next is Ted. Oh, poor man. Am I the only one who doesn't dislike his character? I feel like everyone has such strong opinions on him, like he's so useless or whatever. Like, but I think he just reminds me of like a lot of the uncles and stuff that I grew up with, or like that I've seen, just Indian uncles in general. So I have this weird affection for him. He's not a bad person. He's just tired in life. Ted's not doing so well right now. He's in a dance with death, but ultimately I think he's gonna make it out alive. They are doing the whole like, will he, won't he? He's in a coma right now, so he may not make it. But I think he's gonna be fine. And this whole experience is gonna bond, like trauma bond him and his family together. So they can finally be happy. And Karen will finally be like, you know what? You are not just a useless man. You did fight for me and for our family. So yeah, maybe I am in love with you or something. It might turn out like that. I'm gonna put him in the crawl because he is fighting with death at the moment, but he's gonna crawl towards the other side and find his way back. On the other hand, though, our next character is Murray, who I actually do not feel very good about at all. Like, I don't feel good about his chances. I love the character, love Murray, one of the best, but I don't feel good about him. I feel like he's the perfect side character for the Duffer Brothers to kill off from the main cast. Like, he's sort of part of the main cast, but he's not so main that it would really traumatize the audience if he died. Which is why I feel like it's the perfect character, perfect guy for the Duffers to kill off. That makes me really sad and really worried. But yeah, I'm not feeling too good about Murray. He too is very much in the clutches of death and danger in this final season. I have a bad feeling about him, and I'm gonna put him in the last category. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm not, you heard it here first, folks. And another character who I feel similarly about is Jonathan. Ooh, this one's gonna hurt. Listen, everything seems to indicate that he's gearing up for a big sacrifice. He's planning to propose to Nancy, and if we've learned anything from watching all the TV shows and movies on this earth, is never talk about your future plans because you won't die. Never do that. So my theory is either he's gonna propose to Nancy and then he's gonna sacrifice himself, or he's gonna die and then Nancy's gonna find the engagement ring, which will be even worse. That's gonna be even sadder. But yeah, I feel like that's ultimately where his character is going, especially with the whole competition thing that he's going on with Steve at the moment. Which, by the way, I don't really care about that. I'm sorry. That love triangle is so overdone. Like, can we please be done with it already? Ugh. Jonathan is better than that. Steve is better than that. Nancy is better than that. This is not a storyline that is suitable for all these characters. Just get it over with. But yeah, not feeling good about Jonathan's chances, which is why I'm gonna put him in Run Up That Hill, baby. And he better freaking run. Because I will be very sad if Jonathan dies. His brother, on the other hand, Will, this one is a little trickier because we know that his role in Vecna's grand plan isn't over yet. There is still a scene from the trailer where he says, William, you are gonna help me one last time, which is like, ew, Vecna. He's like, he's like this toxic boyfriend who keeps coming back every time that he gets alone. Just hits up Will. Like, leave him alone. All right, move on. Ew, it's cringe. I feel like Will is gonna be in the face of danger again, and Vecna isn't done with him yet. His chances are looking a little bit 50-50. I don't know if he's gonna die. I don't feel like he is, There's no sign to indicate that he will. It'd be very sad and really kind of stupid if he did, because he's gone through so much in these last few seasons since the beginning, especially after his powers just awakened. Spoiler, by the way. It'd be kind of silly and pointless to kill him off. So I don't think he's gonna die, but you never know. So I'm gonna put him in breaking a sweat. Okay, I think that's fair. You know what isn't fair though? The way that all the boys have been treating Dustin. I was so upset with the fact that no one seems to be acknowledging that his best friend died. Not even Mike, who was in Hellfire with Eddie. I get where they're coming from. Like, it's as Will said, he is fighting two battles when he needs to be fighting one, and he really is provoking the bullies more than he should at this point when they should be focusing on the upside down and on defeating Vecna. I get it. But I still think they could have handled the storyline of his grief and depression better, as well as like made his friend's response to him a bit more supportive. When Max was depressed, everyone could see the signs of depression on her face, and they tried to be there for her, tried to reach out. They didn't shame her or alienate her for how she was feeling. But with Dustin, again, it feels like no one's giving him the kind of grace that he deserves. Not even Steve, even though Steve is trying really hard, bless him. Anyways, that's a whole separate topic. As for Dustin's chances, because of his trauma, I feel concerned for him. Because Vecna seems to feed on that. He seems to prey on people with trauma and who are going through emotional turmoil. So that makes him a target, and that makes it concerning for us. So I see him like, getting into a fight. I see him being in grave danger. I don't know if he's gonna die. I don't really feel like that, but I don't feel too good about his chances either. So I'm gonna put him in the crawl. I think he's gonna narrowly escape death, but we are gonna be on the edge of our seats, trying to wonder if he's gonna make it or not. And it's also because I kind of see him as like staying alive to vindicate Eddie and get revenge for him and continue Hellfire. I see that storyline for him, and that's why I feel like he might stay alive as well. So that's another reason why I don't think he's on the death list yet. Hopefully. Netflix gods, please. Now, a character who I do feel confident about, on the other hand, is Kali. Kali is Eleven's long-lost sister and number 8 from Dr. Brenner's lab, and she was recently discovered by Eleven and Hopper at Dr. K's facility in the Upside Down. What role she's serving there, I'm not really sure at the moment, but she's definitely going to be important for part 2 and in defeating Vecna. Kali is quite powerful as well, just like Eleven, and she's going to be really essential, but I don't see her dying because, again, the emotional impact of her death is just not as strong. It's a character who we know relatively little about, and there isn't enough trauma or tragedy in her backstory to make her death emotionally impactful. So, yeah, I think Kali's fine. Again, also, she's strong. I think we're all in this fight together. Will, Eleven, Kali, all of us, we're gonna be a team and we're gonna come out fighting on top. So I'm gonna put her in no problem, brochachos. Oh, okay, again, here is a character that you haven't thought about in forever. Miss Terry Ives, aka Mama, Eleven's real birth mother, who might show up last minute in the show. You never know. She didn't get enough runtime, sadly, in these last few seasons, but she might show up in season 5 and help us defeat Vecna, because God knows we need all the help we can get. Miss Ives, I hope you're feeling better, and yeah, we need you. Although, if you do show up, I think you'll be fine. I don't think she's going to be in any immediate danger. So again, I'm going to put her in no problem, brochachos. Another character who might show up last minute is Dr. Sam Owens, who we don't know if he's dead or alive. Last we saw, he was left handcuffed by the military guys in that underground base. They might have killed him off screen, but as we know with previous seasons of Stranger Things, if you don't see a body, that person is not really dead. So he could show up, and if alive, he could be key to stopping Vecna, because he knows all about Brenner and his experiments, and he has inside knowledge of that stuff, so he could be of real help. I'm gonna put him in breaking a sweat. He's come very close to death all these seasons. He might not be so lucky in season 5, but again, minor character, so 50-50 chances. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Next, we have a character that I relate with more than anyone else on the show. Oh, it is Rockin' Robin. Oh my god, I love her so much. Ooh, I think she's gonna be fine. She and Vicky deserve their happy ending, and I'm rooting for them. We're all rooting for them, okay? Plus, she's their token gay, and oh yeah, I forgot about Will. Sorry. Along with Will, she's their like token gay character, and I don't think that they're gonna kill her off. She and Vicky deserve their happy ending, and they're gonna get it. I'm sure of it. Which is weird because I'm not sure about Vicky's chances in the show, but I am sure about Robin's. That's a little weird. But yeah, again, I don't feel like she's the kind of character you would just kill off. I think she's gonna be fine. I'm gonna put her in I am Titanium. Yeah, I feel good about that. Up next is Nancy, who I feel very confident about because I don't feel confident about Jonathan. Is the only reason I feel confident about Nancy is because I don't feel confident about Jonathan. And only one of them can go. It's gotta be him. I'm sorry. If it's not him, it's her. But I don't think it's gonna be Nancy. I don't know. Don't ask me why. I don't have any reasoning. It's just vibes. But I feel like Nancy will be fine. I won't put her at the top, but I will put her in no problem brochachos. I will put her in number 2, right next to Carly. I think she's gonna be fine. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Okay, speaking of strong girlies, we have the strongest girlie in the show, 11, aka Jane, and she has the strongest plot armor in the entire show. I think she deserves a happy ending more than anyone else. She's gone through so much since she was a kid in that stupid freaking lab with stupid freaking Brenner. I think she deserves her happy ending with Mike and her family and with 3 waterfalls. And I think she's gonna get it. Although I'm not too sure about her because I'm thinking of season 1 as well, where she disintegrated that Demogorgon into the upside down, but at the same time, she disappeared as well. And I feel like they could also bring that back, like in a full circle moment, where the only way for her to win against Vecna and all the upside down monsters is to close the gate once and for all and like sacrifice herself. They could do that. It could be like a callback to season 1, and that is a possibility that they could explore, which sucks, but it would be poetic. I would hate it, but it would be poetic. It would be pretty full circle. Ugh, I hate that I put that thought in my head and in you guys'. Sorry about that. But if she dies, she will die a hero. Especially there's a possibility of like time travel, which they have been hinting at throughout the show, especially in season 5. It's been hinted at very strongly. So I feel like they could explore that possibility. And if that happens, I don't know. I have a feeling that 11 might have to sacrifice herself in order to end this cycle of trauma, which is a possibility I hate to think about, but it could very well happen. I'm going to put her in Break in a Sweat because, again, I'm not sure. Could go either ways. Let's see. Moving on, let's talk about fan favorite character Steve Harrington, who is honestly, I feel like, too much of a fan favorite to be killed off. Especially with Jonathan sacrificing himself, someone needs to be there to take care of Nancy. I'm kidding. Like I said, I don't really care about that love triangle bullshit. Steve deserves someone better, so does Nancy. Also, it would wreck Dustin. It would. After the death of Eddie, losing Steve, nah, that's too much. That's not fair. I think Steve's gonna be in very precarious situations in this final season, him and Dustin as well, but I think they're gonna make it out of it. Just in the nick of time. Since there seem to be a lot of self-sacrificial tones going on with these 2 characters, I'm also gonna put him in the crawl with Dustin. I'm gonna put him there right next to him. Mother and son. I hope he's fine. I love Steve. Speaking of fine, we have a character who's fine shit, aka Miss Joyce Byers. Oh, she's gonna be fine. She's good. I don't know why. Like, she's unironically the strongest girlie in this show. I know I said 11, but I actually think Joyce is stronger than 11. Yeah, I said it. Just Just the plot armor itself is so strong. She's been through 4 seasons of dealing with the upside down and has somehow escaped unharmed, unscathed, not a scratch on her. I don't know how she's done it, but she has. She was in friggin' Russia with the prison guards and the Demogorgons, and she was still fine. I don't know how she does it. She's gonna be fine in Stranger Things 5 as well. I'm not worried about her. She good. I'm gonna put her in no problem brochachos. Not putting her in the top category because again I feel like they might play with our emotions a little bit, but by putting her in some dangerous situations or making it look like she's gonna get attacked or whatever. But we know she's gonna be fine. It's Joyce. Come on. She'll throw a magnet at you. Next, we have a new character, Derek, who is such a great addition to this season, honestly. And oh god, I hope he doesn't die. I don't think he's going to. He's just a kid. Yeah, just like Holly. Like I said with Holly, the Duffer brothers, they don't have the balls to kill a kid on screen. Not yet. So, Derek Turnbow is gonna be fine. He has just way too much aura to be defeated. Vecna is shivering in with him in the upside down right now. That's why Vecna's here in the real world, because he is afraid. He is shivering in his boots because of Derek. So yeah, Derek's gonna be fine. I'm gonna put him in titanium. Yeah, I don't even have to think about it. Speaking of characters who are going to be invincible in this season, we have our original girlie running up that hill, Max Mayfield. Listen, guys, it would be kind of lame to kill her off now. They've had 2 chances, okay? If they wanted to, they would. The truth is, even the Duffers love having Sadie Sink employed as much as we do. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna escape Vecna's mind prison or whatever friggin' creep that he's keeping all these people in, and she is gonna save the day along with the rest of the band at the end. Just watch. That is one prediction I can be so sure of. I'm putting her in number 1 as well. No hesitation. And finally, our second last character on the list today is Hopper, who, similar to Max, I feel like is not in the danger zone right now. There is a bomb scare. Like, I think the show is trying to hint that he might try to off himself to protect Jane, aka 11, and just like sacrifice himself in order to end all of this. But just like Max, the show has had 2 chances to off him and they haven't. It would be kind of lame to kill him off now. And besides, him and Joyce still have that date to go to at Enzo's. So Hop is gonna be just fine. And finally, our last character is Lucas. Oh my god. Him and Max deserve the world, honestly. After everything that they've been through, yeah, they just deserve their happy ending more than any other couple on this show. And I think the Duffers will give us that. I think so. I think so. I think it's a little too sad to take it away from them at this point in the show. Max is going to be fine. Like I said, I'm very confident about it. So will Lucas. He might get into some really tricky, dangerous situations. He might get very badly injured, but he is going to be just fine in the end. I'm going to put him in titanium because, again, I feel like his plot armor is also impenetrable at this point. Besides, we need someone to beat up Andy after all this is over. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about Andy. I mean, he's not important enough to be spoken about in this list, but if there's anyone who I want should die by the end of this show, it's probably him. Actually, no, scratch that. I don't want him to die. I want him to get beat up by Lucas and the gang. Or 11, yeah. I hope he lives so he can get his ass beat. Alright folks, those are my predictions for Stranger Things Season 5, Part 2 and the finale. Who's gonna make it and who is a little less likely to survive? What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there anyone that I missed out on? Let me know in the comment section down below. This is Netflix's biggest show, the show that made Netflix what it is today. And it would be an understatement to say that, like me, a lot of people are waiting with bated breath to see what will happen in Part 2 and the finale. How things will go, how it will work out, and how will it end? Let's see how much I get right and how much of it is totally, completely wrong. I could be totally wrong about all of it, actually. If that happens, we'll come back and watch this video together and have a good laugh about it, you and I. After we recover from the trauma of the finale, of course. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end of the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on all my socials. Thank you for listening to my yapping. Unfortunately, I will be back to do it again. And when I do, I hope to see you there. Okay, bye!